What's going on, everybody? We are giving our podcast shout out to a true mindfuck of a podcast, or should I say they focus on mindfuck movies more than anything. Of course, I'm talking about the Enter the Void podcast. These guys talk about movies such as The Holy Mountain by Alejandro Jodorowsky, to Lost Highway by David Lynch, and they're rather entertaining. They're lots of fun, and I highly recommend you check them out. You can find them on iTunes, and you can find them wherever else you get your podcasts. Check them out. Enter the Void podcast. Now, on with the show. I'm Beau Maddox.
I'm Robert Ortegon.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
I'm Dakota Chancellor.
I'm Ashley Chancellor. I'm Chazz Raab.
This is Collateral Cinema. Welcome to Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, where we focus on good movies, bad movies, and everything else in between in the world of cinema. We are podcasting straight from somewhere in South Texas, and yes, my friends, we are fucking high, because it's 420! Woo!
Stoner Christmas, hell yes.
Stoner Christmas is here, ladies and gentlemen. How are you feeling, Robert?
I'm good.
Oh, man, how about you, Ash, Dakota? Feeling great?
I can't even describe how I'm feeling right now.
Talking to the microphone.
I'm feeling like a warm slab of butter.
Warm slab of butter. And yes, in studio with us is Mr. Chazz Raab from the Trial by Error Variety Show podcast. How's it going, man?
Oh, man. Been good.
Awesome.
Been really good.
Yeah, we had to bring in the big dogs for 420, man. Right?
Oh, was that what I am?
I guess so.
I'm a big dog.
The big dog. I mean, you got
like
me.
A Rottweiler breed.
Yeah, you got me into podcasting pretty much. So
yeah. I think you kind of pushed me, actually. I
really?
mean, yeah, because sitting around bullshitting about whatever we bullshit about.
Yeah.
Became a topic that kept circulating in our conversations was like, dude, this should be a podcast.
Yeah, totally.
And then it became that, and then you just thought you were better than me.
Oh,
and
what?
Branched off, built your own studio.
I just had a lot to say.
Yeah.
I had a lot to say.
Well, just for the record, you could have said a lot more on the TBE show, and you always can, really.
Okay, I'm down.
That it's always open.
I'm fucking down.
I don't do it like you. You know what I mean? Like you take notes. Like I need somebody like you on my team.
Yeah.
You're always welcome there. Just have it. You got my show, bro.
hey, I'm down. I'm becoming pretty much an all-around podcast producer, so I can take the reins on anything.
Cool. It's yours, man.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's Merry Stoner Christmas. Because it's 420, and it's part 2 of our month-long Stoner Spectacular, celebrating 420, and we are doing Half-Baked. Guys, this movie is so classic.
It is. I saw this movie before I ever smoked weed.
Yeah.
And
really.
like, what the fuck am I watching right now? Is this for real?
So that was your first real exposure to, like, stoner culture, more or less.
Yeah, and it remained that. I didn't see how high until I had smoked weed for a couple years.
Yeah.
The Doors, I guess I'd seen that shortly after I began smoking, but that wasn't really a drug movie. There was some grass smoking and some hippie culture.
It could be a trippy movie.
Yeah, it was.
I guess.
Yeah. But for real, seeing this movie at 16, and I didn't start smoking until I was like 18 and a half.
Yeah.
So
see, I didn't actually start smoking until I was at least 21 or 22 years old. And I don't really recall watching either How High or Half-Baked before then. Honestly, I think it was all after I started smoking when I started to see a lot of the stoner movies. Like, maybe I saw one of the Cheech and Chong films early on back in the day, but I don't really remember that much.
Yeah, I may have seen that. You're right.
Yeah.
Kind of like slipped back into the old archives, but it was something I was exposed to, I guess, Cheech and Chong. I had no idea what I was hearing, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Dave home. Like, I have no idea these guys are smoking pot because I'm not smoking pot. Like, I don't know what the hell.
Exactly. You don't have that context.
This guy just lost. Like,
yeah, for sure, man.
You know, I think I had a sheltered childhood, so I never really was exposed to stoner comedy.
Same.
Yeah.
I didn't even get into this until I guess just recently because,
Right.
you know, I didn't even smoke till I got out of high school.
Yeah, I consider myself a late bloomer, but that's the case.
Shit, I was
for
like
most
14. Fuck.
Yeah.
I was like 16.
Jesus Christ, man.
14-year-old.
I was 16.
Yeah. My younger brother smoked like 12, 13, 14, you know, and like by the time I'm starting to smoke, he's like, bro, calm down, you know, like, shit.
Yeah,
not really
seriously.
doing that anymore. I'm like,
That's the same with my brother. He pretty much kind of
best thing that ever happened.
Yeah. he kind of fit that role more or less. Yeah, it was good to have him.
He's stopping this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is. It's good to have the. It was really good to have a stoner brother at the time. You know?
Hell yeah, yeah.
He was really clever, but like had the cutout book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he fucking had Half Baked.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Half Baked. This was probably one of the first stoner comedies that I actually sat down and watched when I was, high and everything. And honestly, it almost seems like the movie is just completely fine-tuned for watching while stoned. I mean, it's so colorful, so vibrant. Everything just kind of pops out. The set design is really, really much like a collage, more or less.
Yeah.
And it uses Toronto. That's where it was filmed. It's supposed to be New York City, but it uses the setting of Toronto rather well. And kind of
hop back and forth. There's a few New York shots and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But it's mostly all filmed in Toronto, Canada.
The set, some of that is from the Grand Royale Studios where Beastie Boys recorded.
Fuck yeah, man.
And the director, Tamra Davis. Right?
Tamra Davis, yeah.
Tamra Davis, she is married to Mike D. Is it Mike D or Mike B?
Oh, man, I don't remember.
Is he a B or a D?
I think it's... I know he had like Adam Yauch. I don't really remember. It's been a minute since I've listened to fucking Beastie Boys.
Yeah. Anyway, she liked their the way their studio was set up where they were recording, and actually took like the lockers and the posters and a lot of the there's a lot of the set is actually from the Grand Royale Studios where the Beastie Boys were recording.
That's awesome.
Man, that's fucking great.
So that kind of adds to the easy vibe, like you're talking about the colorful
it
vibe.
Does. It lends itself well to repeated viewings as well, because you want to see what you can find in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, and this was all written by Dave Chappelle and Neal Brennan, which is notable because they later on made the Chappelle Show.
Right.
They created and they co-wrote most of the sketches.
Classic.
And you can kind of see the bridge between the comedy of Half Baked and what it would become later on with the Chappelle Show,
especially with like Samson, as far as like Chappelle's ability to sort of step into a costume and out of just his
or especially Sir Smokes a Lot.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
I'm sorry, Sir Smokes a Lot, not Samson.
Yeah, Samson's just a Batman villain.
Yeah.
That's all he is.
Yeah.
He plays his role just completely straight like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Vincent Price.
Right. Yeah.
Egghead character.
Yeah.
But really, I mean, looking back on the cast and everything about it is really, like you said, fine-tuned. I mean, the stoner comedians and...
Exactly. The cameos, which we will go over here in a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Like they kind of fit their own little archetypes, more or less, but... I mean,
but the way they live, I mean, everything, like the jobs they have.
Yeah, it all fits in. It makes perfect sense,
it's
right?
Great. Yeah, they did a really good job of covering those bases.
But of course, I mean, a lot of that comes from the script that Brennan and Chappelle wrote. And I mean, Chappelle's stand-up, it's always kind of been occupied by characters like, like a Brian or a Scarface or something like that. Or usually it's Neal himself that figures into some of his stand-up. Because, I mean, that's his white friend.
Yeah.
And
they, at the time of writing this, they were only in their early 20s.
Yeah, they were young. They were fresh.
I don't know how old Neal was, but I know Chappelle was like 23 by the time they were rapping.
Yeah, and
putting it out.
And Chappelle had already been in a few movies beforehand. He was in Robin Hood Men of Tights, actually.
Wow.
which actually surprised me. I mean, when I actually went back to watch it, it's like, oh shit, that's Dave Chappelle.
I didn't know he was in that.
I didn't either. I'd have to go back and watch. I bet there's a lot of people in that too.
Yeah, of course, Carrie Elways.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Blue Streak, right? Didn't he get shot in Blue Streak? Or
he was in Blue Streak. He was in Saw, of course. I mean, he was in
Saw?
Yeah.
Nutty Professor.
Carrie Elways?
Really?
Yeah, Carrie Elways. He was the doctor in Saw.
Princess Bride.
No,
We're doing.
You're talking about Dave
Bride.
Chappelle.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Chappelle.
Okay.
Oh no,
Jesus
no.
Christ, I'm like, what?
Sorry,
I would have watched Saw.
Saw would have been much better with Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
Like,
what? You're gonna cut my arm off? Fuck you!
We look at that day as the day we met the 5th member of our crew.
Gentlemen, assume your positions.
Thurgood, Brian, Kenny, and Scarface.
You guys feel like you're floating?
This weed is fantastic.
Their job stink.
You suck! You suck! You suck! You're cool!
Their sex life is 0.
How do I know you're not lying to me?
How do I know you got panties on, Mary Jane?
I don't.
And their lives are going nowhere.
I'm a professional meter hopper.
You have smoked yourself retarded.
Yo, who's on munchies tonight, yo? Make sure chocolate. Gotta have chocolate. Graham crackers. Pizzas, man. Celery, grape jelly, peanut butter, popcorn, beef jerky with water. Whole lot of water.
You must have been so hungry.
But now, they're in trouble.
I just gave him some candy and some chips and some pink popcorn and...
All we gotta do is raise 10% of 1 million, yo. Which by our calculations is fucking impossible, man.
The Food and Drug Administration are having us do a study.
1 pound of marijuana, and you can sign for it right here.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
You, I got it. I know how we could get Kenny out. Weed, man. We'll sell weed.
Isn't that the custodian?
Maui, wowie!
When life is hard, I pick up that card with the smiley face.
This guy is weed crazy.
We're not drug dealers, we're fundraisers.
Go get me this Mr. Nice Guy.
Well, you know, I'd be from Jamaica, man.
What part of Jamaica?
Right near the beach. Boy!
From Universal Pictures comes a story that proves
I'm somebody's bitch.
Oh!
3 heads are better than 1.
Who's out, man? I just stopped smoking yesterday.
I remember when a dime bag cost a dime.
Half-baked.
I'm sorry!
Def Comedy Jam.
Def Comedy Jam, definitely.
Yeah, man, I missed out on a lot of that. For
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, his stand-up has always been a lot of fun.
This is
to
my
watch.
first exposure, though, for sure to him.
Really?
Really?
Like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
No
to me,
kidding.
I was like, dude, he's a star, right? I mean, he's the main character.
Yeah.
of this
Very
show.
much so. Yeah.
Didn't know he's, as a kid, you don't think about the stand-up world. I didn't as a 16-year-old
Yeah,
kid. But
I mean-
he had been working since he was, in his... He was 18, right?
Yeah,
He'd been
pretty
doing
much since
comedy,
he was 18.
so-
Yeah, he went into comedy, started doing stand-up, started to kind of get some accolades there. I mean, I think he was in the Comedy Store. He did rather well with himself. I think he even got a couple of HBO specials.
Oh, wow. Before
well.
this?
Yeah, before this, before and after this.
That's pretty cool.
But I mean, he was also in Undercover Brother.
Undercover
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah, he was in that movie. He had a
definitely gonna have to
supporting role. I
revisit.
mean, I think that he was kind of like, no, he wasn't like the Q of that particular, the Q version of that.
Right.
Secret agent,
You know?
just another agent.
Yeah, he was just like a backup agent or something.
Was
But
it
I remember him being pretty funny in that movie.
Eddie Griffin
Yeah.
in that movie.
Oh, Eddie Griffin is
funny.
fucking fantastic in that. I love it. I haven't seen that movie in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, then eventually he wrote and he made Half Baked, and I think the world is just a much better place for it, right?
For sure.
Because I mean, this really set the ball rolling on what would become Chappelle's show.
Yeah. Would this be one of like the first stoner? I guess Cheech and Chong would be the
Oh,
first. stoner comedy.
yeah. There's been stoner comedies before this, but this was the first one that really kind of satirized stoner culture and kind of, in order to bring it to the forefront, to bring it to the mainstream a little bit, they had to satirize it a little bit.
But Cheech and Chong definitely tackled that first.
Yeah,
I think.
and they kind of played it.
That's ballsy at that time. Probably.
Yeah. I mean, you just didn't see that kind of humor. You didn't see. Where else are you going to see an entire fucking van made out of fucking weed that they're smuggling unbeknownst? And it's so badass that it just gives you the instant munchies.
Well, it's just like you said, the satire. You can see the satirical look of like the stoner world.
Yeah,
this movie kind of does.
Yeah, it presents it in a way that doesn't really skip a beat. And,
right.
You know, it fits in well with the characters and the different archetypes that are put forth.
Yeah, it's got a good plot.
Dude ends up,
Yeah, they got to get their bro out of jail.
Exactly.
You know,
it's a pretty relatable plot, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. I mean, we've all had some of our homeboys go into the slammer for a second.
And you know, love. Once you fall in love, you see them. People drop off. You know what I mean? Like you get in those relationships.
It's over.
It's over. You know, it's got a good plot, man. It really did. It flowed together really well.
Yeah, and the camaraderie between the characters is what really drives it a lot. I mean, that's the thing about Chappelle's humor is that it's very character driven.
Right. Yeah.
It's about creating a really, really solid and outrageous character and just kind of pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until it's just like pretty much a caricature, more or less. You know,
it's not just like here's some funny things to say in a scene.
Yeah,
and then slowly moving the plot. It all is,
it actually builds up to something.
It does.
You know. And you can see that a lot in his Comedy and Chappelle show, like especially the infamous, black racist sketch.
Yeah.
That was very much a character-driven sketch. It was about what was his name? What was the character's name? Clayton Bigsby. Yeah, it was about a blind black man who is a member of the KKK and hates black people.
Boogity boogity.
Oh man, it doesn't fucking miss a beat.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of that in this movie, like especially in the interactions between like Chappelle and his character Sir Smokes-a-Lot, which was supposed to be Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah, he. That's what they had envisioned. They had written the part for him.
Yeah,
and they decided to just have Snoop come in and play himself.
Yeah,
and just come up and so when he came up and started smoking, of course, the rest of this movie, they're in Canada and they're smoking that fake bud.
Yeah.
You remember you used to see that shit in High Times?
Yeah.
Did you ever get any of that?
I remember those. They came in the tubes. I mean,
I had friends that bought them. I never.
It was kind of like the predecessor to CBD flowers.
It was like really sticky too.
Yeah.
So it was like a Nickelodeon gag or.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Is this supposed to be bud? I'm supposed to smoke this?
Like,
is this novelty?
Potpourri, all with molasses on it. Like, I don't know.
Oh, now you're getting into like spice and stuff like that. Like that stuff was disgusting.
I'm talking about not that. I'm talking about they actually had like in High Times.
Yeah.
It was like certain buds, but it was like contains no THC. You're like, what the fuck? But it was tobacco stuff. Well, that's what they were smoking.
It's like it's
when Snoop was on set.
It's like it's artificial, but he's like, you can smoke it.
No, I'm smoking for real. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, they all the cops started showing up, security and everything.
Oh,
and
fuck.
They were freaking out that they were going to get closed down. Turned out all of the security just wanted Snoop's autograph. And they were all cool with it. Everybody just came up and got autographs.
That is what's up, man.
Yeah, that's
gangster.
It's power, dude. Yeah, that's OG power right there.
Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
But
that's not holding a nutsack, by the way. That's like a ball of fire that I pictured. It's
right.
You probably thought I was holding a really big nutsack.
I was wondering what you were doing there.
Oh, dear Lord.
Giant testicles. But no,
you can't really see, but you've got this big
balls of Satan. just like a metal dude, like a black metal dude.
Oh my God.
Just like,
That's not.
Just like Rob Halford, just
with a Dean or a Washburn, right?
Right on fire. Yeah, we're making this show metal now. Fucking metal. What do you two kids know about metal?
About metal?
Nothing.
Insert cricket sounds.
Yeah, exactly. Chirp. You're just a chicken. Cheep, 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 cheep. There we go. Room reference. There we go. We are high, and we just did a room reference. That is awesome.
Chicken, cheap.
We've already met one requirement.
We already met one of our requirements for every podcast. Check and mate. But yeah, I mean, the characters definitely, like I said, it drives the actual narrative of Half Baked, and the core of is, of course, the main four characters. You have Scarface, played by Guillermo Díaz. Like it said in the movie, he plays kind of a really uptight stoner, more or less.
Yeah.
The guy from Weeds.
We all know that guy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
all know that guy that smokes a lot but still wants to fight. You're like, how?
It's like, how the fuck are you that energetic, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, where does it come from?
You know what? I think that's something that kind of hit my mind with this movie. One thing I noticed is that it's a really high energy for a stoner comedy.
Oh, definitely. There's lots of energy, and it has a beat to it, and it never skips it. You know.
You know, there was the battle scene at the end, for instance. You know, and it feels almost like an action movie at that point, or action comedy.
Well, it turns into a Batman episode.
Mostly Adam West's Batman.
Yeah, straight up. It's an homage to Batman. The old school Adam West.
Adam West Batman. Yeah, I can see
Fuck
that.
Yeah.
It's funny. It doesn't really feel like a high energy movie. I mean, it doesn't. There's only a few scenes. Maybe the montage scene, like where they're answering phones and stuff like that, trying to keep up with the business because dropping cards.
I'd say what he's really getting at is the pacing overall of the actual story.
Because of how well it flows. As instead of like, for instance, Bong Water. You know, it's a very slow movie. There's a lot of scenes just like this that are drawn out with dialogue, but their dialogue is so divided, and each character gives a little bit to each scene.
Right.
It makes it.
Yeah, little dialogues. You know, they're talking to each other just now. We have it played in the background, but it's like,
they're actually smoking out of Wesley pipes.
Yeah, they're talking to each other.
Wesley
Yeah.
Pipes.
We got our own Billy Bong Thornton here, by the way.
Right. Dave Chappelle was like, I'll do the honors, and then fucker stoner kid over here, please do. It's just little conversation talking that they add in this movie, just some dialogue.
Yeah,
or if that was all improv, or if that was like,
a lot of it is for sure. I'm sure
it gives it a little bit of reality, as far as how stoners actually act when they're smoking and everything.
Right.
I mean, personally, like we said on the How High episode on last 420, I mean, I feel like that's the best representation of how stoners actually act and how they actually kind of think about life a little bit, but this right here is more about the culture of it to me,
Yeah. Definitely, it covers a lot of the bases too.
Yeah.
Where you do have like the hippie, and you have the guy who's trying to be, he's got a legit job in a science lab, and
or pussy. Or Harland Williams' character, who's an actual school teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I bet his career is ruined by the end of this movie.
Oh,
I mean,
probably.
just being in prison. That sucks.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, he can't be a teacher anymore.
Yeah, there's no way.
At this time, he could. But if he'd have to retire before like 2015.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, yeah, this was in what, like 98?
1998.
Yeah.
Man.
I love.
Definitely feels that way. But I mean, Jim
Not a cell phone in the whole damn movie.
I know. I mean, that's what's crazy about it. That in a way, that's what kind of makes it a little dated.
Right.
I think even How High has some cell phones in it here and there.
Yeah, not even a pager.
Yeah. I mean, seriously.
Payphones up.
But I mean, Jim Breuer's character, I love him. Brian.
Yeah.
He's so perfect.
He really is.
And Jim Breuer is the perfect person to play that because he's just like perpetually stoned.
Yeah.
You
he's not actually.
Yeah. That's what's weird about it. He looks like he's perpetually stoned, but he's not.
But he's not.
Yeah.
No. And people always think he is, but
that's crazy.
According to his autobiography, which I listened to on
Yeah.
Audible, he's not. People always say that, but he's like.
So what? He doesn't actually smoke?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You would never actually guess that. I mean, even looking at his stand-up, he's done stand-up before, and he usually has like a backing band and everything. And in many ways, his stand-up character is kind of the same thing as Brian here.
I think
just maybe a little more subdued. Maybe.
You know what the Brian character reminds me of?
What's that?
It's like a Shaggy. Like I feel like Jim Breuer could play Shaggy.
Oh, he totally could have, especially in his prime. He could have been perfect for Shaggy. But honestly,
not to diss on Matthew Lillard though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Matthew Lillard was perfect. But honestly, it may have been just a little too on the nose because of his persona.
Right.
I guess so.
Yeah. It would have been a little hard to believe for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, Matthew Lillard, he really like brought that out.
Yeah, I wonder if Matthew Lillard smokes.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
I mean, Scooby-Doo is like a child stoner comedy, if you think about it, right?
Oh, very much so. There's child stoner comedies. Did y'all ever hear the theory about Scooby-Doo that it's all taking place in a post-Depression era because all the fucking crooks, they're all like wanting to get some type of financial gain, and they're all like formerly worked in some type of industry, but they don't work anymore.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
No, see,
it actually makes sense.
I don't know.
Think about it.
I like those theories a lot, like the cartoon theories, or the Pixar theories. But I don't know how I feel about that. I don't want my childhood touched.
Oh, come off
Scooby-Doo
it.
was like my original obsession.
Come off it. It was everybody's first real mystery and real exposure to those type of stoner archetypes, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, everything's gonna get ruined eventually.
Everything is.
I know. Yeah. Well, usually,
turn 30.
Usually I'm not of the mind that
Turn 30 and then realize that Disney owns half of everything now. It's just like, oh God.
90% of everything.
90% of everything.
Yeah,
It's
at
scary,
least
right?
90%. Hey everyone, download the Podcoin app on your iPhone and Android device today and start getting paid for listening to your favorite podcasts, such as Collateral Cinema. You can earn Podcoins, which you can use to get stuff like gift cards from Amazon or Starbucks and the like, or you can actually donate those Podcoins to charity and actually help out some causes that you may care about. So check it out on the iTunes Store or on Google Play. You can download it for, like I said, your iPhone or your Android device and use the promo code Collateral to get 300 free Podcoins immediately upon registration. So check it out, use the promo code, download Podcoin, and check them out on Twitter at Podcoin app. And yes, you can find Collateral Cinema on the app. And now, back to the show.
I mean, I'm happy that they finally got a hold of Fox so we can have like proper Marvel movies with the X-Men, with the Fantastic Four, but it's also kind of scary too.
Oh, they'll find a way to fuck up the Fantastic Four. They always do.
Yeah.
That's like a maxim of filmmaking is that if you're going to make a Fantastic Four movie, you're going to fuck it up.
It's gonna be shit.
I think Marvel Studios could do it.
Yeah.
I really do.
But anyway, yeah. God damn it, we're high and we're going on tangents.
That's the point. What's the point of this if we don't go off on tangents?
Yeah, seriously, who gives a shit? Eventually, we're going to start talking about The Room anyways.
Right.
It always devolves into that.
Hey, Beau.
And a Master of Disguise reference.
Oh, he just brought it up.
Oh, God.
Remember you had it in your hand the other day? It just appeared like magic. It was like a fucking magic trick.
It appeared in my hand out of nowhere.
Like, where did this movie come from?
Who's your daddy?
Why is that a running gag of all things?
I don't know.
I don't even think that movie deserves the meme potential.
It doesn't.
No memes. That is hilarious.
It's happened though. It's embedded now.
How did it get in your hand, Beau?
It was like
fucking no.
It was weird.
It's like a Ouija board, man.
It attached itself to it. It was funny, dude.
It's like I'm just like, where the fuck did this come from?
I thought we threw it away.
I thought we were done with that.
I thought we took a picture of it in the trash.
Talking about The Room?
Yeah, no, we're talking about
Master of Disguise. Dana Carvey's piece of shit.
So which movie are we doing an episode on again?
Yeah, we threw it in the trash and somehow it came back.
Oh, dude, speaking of Cheech and Chong. Chong is in this
Yeah, that's
movie.
right. Chong is in this
He's
movie.
got a good part in this movie.
Oh, yeah,
I know.
he plays the Squirrel Master, and he's pretty much Kenny's. Kenny's pretty much his bitch. Pretty much.
He's like in this.
I'm somebody's bitch.
Yeah, I'm somebody's bitch now.
I'm somebody's bitch. Oh my God.
He takes care of him so good, man. You know,
I know.
especially in that he steps in that shower scene. And
Yes.
he's ready to go.
He's
dude.
ready.
He's sighted
Fuck
up.
yeah,
man.
he is up there in Nasty Nate's face, and he's just like, "Come on, Nate, come on,
All right, Nate.
I'm ready, man.
Let's go, man.
Let's go, man."
I don't know how Tommy Chong makes that seem so wholesome.
Yeah.
He does.
Even though it's about making another man his bitch.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
he's
you-
protecting him. He's making his bitch to protect him. It's completely
Back off,
wholesome.
Nate.
Only Tommy Chong can get away with that.
Yeah, I don't even see any indication that Chong's trying to actually, get
nah.
with
Ass rape him?
No.
Kenny or anything like that.
He just looks like he's in it
It's
to
one
protect
pure
him.
soul who's able to be a badass protecting one pure soul who can't.
There you
Right?
go.
I mean,
There you go.
That's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
You know, Tommy Chong's character was the same Tommy Chong who found himself in prison
Yes.
for making bongs.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
that
that's
was
the same
exactly.
character
That
who
was
he
some
was
bullshit.
some 20 years later or whatever after this movie. Yeah,
How
but
the
I
hell
remember
how you
he's got-
gonna?
Tommy Chong has a thing on This Is Not Happening. It's on YouTube.
Oh, really?
And he talks about the DEA coming in and
What?
doing the raid while he's in his underwear at
Oh,
6 in the
shit.
morning.
This actually fucking happened?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Somebody told that the police that he was making bongs, and of course it's Tommy Chong. He has weed everywhere.
Yeah.
You know? But the police come in and ask him, where's the weed? Everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
Shit, man, I'm Tommy Chong. He's everywhere, man. What are you talking
he's
about?
like, be more specific. It's like, all right, maybe,
I refuse to believe that Tommy Chong still doesn't have that crazy whacked out chick from Up in Smoke around with him still.
Yeah.
Like he married her or something. That would have been so perfect. Yeah, that chick was spaced out.
But he said, I was kind of scared, man. I've never been to prison, man. So I was kind of scared.
Damn it.
I'm going to prison. He said, but then I was like, this is kind of fun, man.
This is kind of fun.
You got to watch it. It's on YouTube. This Isn't Happening. Tommy Chong.
All right.
That is awesome, man.
He tells a story. But that's him in this movie, I guarantee you. It
has to be.
Yeah, if Tommy Chong didn't have celebrity.
Right.
Because when he goes in there, of course, as Tommy Chong, everybody's like, all right, you're good.
Now, what do y'all think of Dave Chappelle's character himself, Thurgood?
Thurgood, believable.
He's very believable. I mean, he's just very straightforward, just a honest, hardworking man who just smokes a lot of weed.
Yeah.
And they have a noble cause for what they do. I mean, they're trying to get their buddy out of jail.
Until they steal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's all good when he's making the exchange with the scientist, and then he starts like robbing the joint, and then it's like, damn.
Yeah. It's like,
you kind of.
I don't know. I would have done it.
They had a good
I totally
thing
would have
going,
done it.
They could have kept scamming, dude. I mean,
they could have kept scamming.
Could have kept that little scam going for a while, right?
They
He
could
had
have a little
that
bit.
pad. You know what I'm saying? Like you can keep that going. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get yourself a good clientele, and then you start buying product legally
Exactly,
that you can afford, that
exactly.
you don't got to start stealing anymore. I mean, you could have taken that, but that would have been a way longer movie.
Oh, of
And,
course.
yeah.
Of course.
at least
But-
2 pounds a day. That'd be great.
But the cause
that's good
itself,
enough.
yeah, and that was as always to get Kenny out of that godforsaken hellhole.
Yeah, because remember,
The
he
New
says,
York
we're not
prison
drug
system.
dealers. We're fundraisers.
Fundraisers.
They're
Yeah.
fucking fundraisers. That's what they're doing. They're raising funds.
Yep, it's true.
That is sound, logical reasoning. Seriously.
What do you
Sound logic.
Fundraising.
Fundraising.
To get our buddy
at
out of
Frankincense and Burr.
What do
You
you
pay
think?
God.
$250 for a used dog? That's nothing, man.
Oh, here,
See what Brian got?
we're at the date scene. I mean, unfortunately, you're not going to see the text on here, but this is where the movie kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit, and it gives you an actual dollar total for his date and everything.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this movie is pretty much narrated from Thurgood's perspective.
That's true. It starts out with the narration, it ends with the narration. So
Yeah.
the fourth wall is kind of
The fourth wall is kind of not there in this movie. A little bit. It's always
they
subtly
really don't take advantage of it that much if you think about it.
That's true.
There's maybe like 3 or 4 times where they use it.
like I would say that whenever you see the scenes where Thurgood gets booty, it's like that's kind of third wall breaking right there.
Yeah. I got more booty.
I got more booty. The pictures they use of him and fucking homegirl Mary Jane. That's so hilarious.
Which leads to the movie's most important message by the end. Thurgood's realization.
Yes.
I love weed, but I love pussy even more.
Pussy even more. God
It's
damn.
always trumped everything.
Oh, of course,
Always.
man.
It's trumped money,
Are you kidding me?
religion.
Yeah.
You know,
You're right.
I mean, for
Always.
sometimes it's little tiny penises, but for the most part, it's pussy.
and of course,
Well, it's everybody's version of pussy, even if it's
yeah.
Yeah.
And of course you have Kenny.
Speaking of Catholicism specifically, I just
Oh,
want to clear
God.
that up.
Oh dear Lord, we're gonna get so many complaints.
Are you
Jesus.
really?
No, we don't. No, people don't care about this.
Any feedback is good feedback.
Any feedback is good feedback. But no,
Even
nobody
bad press
fucking
is good
cares.
press.
Did you hear these guys talking about Catholicism?
God damn it! I thought they were talking about half
So
baked.
taboo.
I thought they were talking about half baked, man. This ain't right.
They went off on a tangent and it really offended me, and then we got right back into the movie and it was okay.
So yeah, Kenny is pretty much the one who sets all of this in motion.
And he fucks it up.
He fucks it up.
Pretty
yeah.
much.
He fed a goddamn diabetic horse. How do you fucking the one horse that you decide to feed is diabetic?
Yes.
What
Wrong
the
place,
fuck?
wrong horse.
It's so innocuous, but at the same time,
he's just trying to be sweet.
It's
you know?
in. He's just trying to be cool with the horse.
I love how much of a deal the entire police department makes about it too.
Oh man, there's a goddamn front page headline saying kindergarten cop killer.
Yeah.
And incidentally, the judge, that was Raymond Burr. He did a Perry Mason. Y'all never saw the old school Perry Mason series?
Not familiar at all.
Oh, damn it.
No, but that scene where he kills that horse, that's a fake horse.
Oh, yeah.
Just so you know, there were no real horses harmed in the making of this movie.
Totally a fake horse.
Yeah,
It was not. He was not harmed.
Does this movie get your vegan seal of approval, Beau?
I guess so, man. I mean, some of the shit that they're eating is crazy, but
what? Funyuns.
Funyuns has milk in it, dude.
Pizza.
Can you believe that?
They got pizzas.
Pizza without cheese is pretty good, or with vegan cheese is pretty good.
Why would you want to ruin a pizza by taking the cheese off of it? It's not a pizza anymore.
Why don't you just eat
that's
it
just
off?
bread with tomatoes.
Hey, a pie is a pie, bro. That's what it
And
is.
then,
It's a pie.
and then it doesn't even get the luxury of having pepperonis either because he can't eat meat. So it's like just bread and tomatoes and
You might as well
grass.
Hey, sheltering yourself.
Believe me, I get by, guys.
Just
I
get some
get
grass
by.
off the ground and just put it on your pizza. It's
I
the same
can
thing.
go to Urban Bricks
He
and
feels better.
It feels better.
I can go to Urban Bricks and I can
I
get
guarantee you shit
vegan
better than
cheese.
me.
Yeah, right.
I do. Yeah, I probably shit better than everybody in this entire fucking podcast studio.
When I shit green.
Anyway, so when Kenny's
Is
in
it
jail,
firm?
Kenny's in jail. Guys, Kenny's in jail. We got to figure out how to get Kenny out of jail.
We're gonna have to raise some funds.
We're gonna have to raise some funds.
and
Steal
how?
some fucking
Yeah.
weed.
I love how they come to that conclusion that
Well,
they
sort
need
of
to do that.
serendipitous, right?
It is.
Because they, he does a favor for the scientists, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden he realizes, oh shit, we have all this weed, we can go sell it.
Not
and-
just any kind of weed,
It's-
some weed.
Yeah.
Like make you fucking float and fly like Superman. They even have like Superman music in the background whenever they're flying.
Yeah,
it's
It's like
so
the
perfect.
generic Superman music though. It's like they couldn't get the licensing for the actual track. You know it's evoking Superman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, they had to dig through the
Ooh,
public
Scavenger's
domain to find
Hey,
also to
look.
find cartoons as well, like Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And Mary Jane is an interesting character. She's played by who now?
I'm not actually familiar with her.
Mary Jane, the
Mhm.
wow.
I know she's been in a couple other things, but I'm not too familiar actually.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of gives a wonky performance here and there. It's a little tough to take, I think.
Well, there's not much of her. There's not really much to develop of
Yeah.
her. I mean, she's really just Thurgood's infatuation.
Yeah.
Nobody else has anything to do with her. And given that this movie's spread out between each character pretty equally, I mean, Thurgood, even though he's the only one breaking that fourth wall, it's still, I mean, you still see Brian at work, you know? And there's even scenes with the guy, you know, just chilling, getting bit by the dog. I mean, everything's really split up.
What did you guys think about the depiction of being high in this one? Because that's always interesting for every stoner comedy is how they depict the surrealism.
It's definitely very stylized. I mean, it's not like the generic view of how a stoner views being high, you know? Like I think a good example of it kind of done right is in that 70s show. They actually managed to show people smoking weed without actually smoking weed somehow, and it still translates.
Still worked.
It's awesome.
Still funny.
Dude, but in that scene in the very beginning when the kids are smoking weed, that is for sure the first time you smoke weed.
Oh,
and you go into the store.
Right. Oh, that's so perfectly right on.
Your eyes are wide when you see your candy bar.
I'll never forget the first couple of times that I actually smoked. Man, I was so blitzed, dude.
You
like
read comic books and you're
I remember sitting down one time, getting really, really baked off of a couple of joints, and sitting down and watching Cheaters. And it was fucking incredible.
Just cracking the code.
Oh yeah, it was like I don't think I can even describe the experience.
Some Springer right after.
Springer. Oh fucking Springer High is amazing.
Wilco show.
Trash.
Wilco's
the Steve Wilco show.
You gotta watch something like really intellectual. Just to like mess with your head.
Yeah,
so like Interstellar.
Watch Dr. Phil. No.
Anything Christopher Nolan.
Anything Christopher Nolan, exactly.
Inception. Man, fucking watch some Beyond the Black Rainbow. Right, Robert?
Yeah, those shit, man. You gotta watch that.
Yeah, or Mandy.
Mandy.
Haven't seen Mandy yet.
Same
Dude,
director.
I have that movie. That movie is tight. It has Nicolas Cage at his best.
At his
At his
KGs.
best. At his KG.
The KGs, bro.
That's what I hear.
Super Cage. He is truly the one true God.
The one true Cage.
He is the God that I worship.
The cage to rule all cages.
Yes.
Oh my.
One true God.
One cage to rule them all.
One cage to rule them all. Exactly. Exactly. And he does rule all. He rules all of you. Each and every one of you. Especially in that movie.
Not the bees.
Not the bees.
Fuck
Not the bees.
I'm so lost.
Janitor? Janitor?
Ah! Sorry about that. What is it, scientist?
Could you, I know this isn't your responsibility, but would you be a dear and run this down to the supply department for me? It's on the second floor.
Just run this down?
Yes, but make sure you bring the order right back to me. I need it ASAP.
Gotcha. Hey, I know this isn't your responsibility, but just mop the rest of this shit up. I'll be right back. You smell like, you smell like... You smell weed, man. Hey, here you go.
Is that all you need?
I guess. I don't know.
Just
Okay. Hey. If someone's having a party or somebody got to do their shirt laundry.
here you go. 1 pound of marijuana, and you can sign for it right here.
I signed for this and it's mine. Take it. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Man, Sir Smokes a Lot is a great character, man. Like we talked about how he was supposed to be Snoop Dogg, but I mean, fucking Dave Chappelle, he really kind of captured the essence of his character a little bit and made it into something that's really, really offbeat and really fun. And
the songs that they did,
the songs are perfect.
Well, they recorded those a night before they did the videos.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so all of that was super fresh. Like they
Wow.
were trying to get it and get it just right, before they ever got it in. So it was all
I
literally
want
just
to
the
talk
night
to
before.
Samson.
Yeah, they're only about a minute long, but still, I mean,
They're just so perfect. And there's a little brief shot of at the beginning of one of those videos of Tracy Morgan, a very young Tracy Morgan.
It's my boy.
Yeah.
Smoke to look.
Yeah, like very early in his career. It's like
he had to be like 18 in
at
that,
least.
man.
Yeah, he was young. He
Wow.
was a youngin' in that one. But fucking A, dude. The two police detectives at the end are so fucking perfect.
They're perfect characters.
When, I remember my brother and I always used to quote, "Everybody freeze, nobody move." That's so quotable. I love that. I think one time my brother, like, he just walked into somebody's house. He's like, "Everybody freeze, nobody move."
Did you know that Stephen Wright's role was not credited?
Yeah,
it was uncredited.
He's
yeah.
uncredited? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Or at least that's
I
what
did not know
Wikipedia
that.
said.
No
I
credits.
wonder why.
No
Yeah,
credits.
that's weird, right?
I mean, yeah, he's the guy on the couch.
He's the king of
fuck.
deadpan.
I mean,
That's
this is a $10 million movie. He didn't get none of that.
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
fuck, man?
Not even an IMDb.
It's like hell.
Yeah,
He's the one who tells them to go.
Maybe.
He's
He
the
got
one that
paid
tells them to
in
go
weed.
rob the fucking the weed.
It's weird.
Okay,
he has
that's
more character
weird.
than some of the other
Yeah.
You think that that's going to be like what they need to do? Because, like, okay, this guy, he's mysterious for most of the movie, so he's kind of mystical, and what he
Yeah,
says
yeah.
is true. He has this omniscience, right? We apply to it automatically because we recognize tropes in movies, you know?
Is the guy on the couch God?
Yeah, and you think, okay, like,
Is he God?
but then he leads them astray, though, because you have faith in that
he's
robbing the bank is the
fucking
right
Satan.
thing to
He
do.
is
or robbing-
Lucifer.
Robbing the science facility.
He is
Great deceiver
He is the great
on the
deceiver,
couch.
man. He's the trick. He's a trickster. He's a trickster God. Yeah. That's what he is.
Just living on the couch. Nobody's collecting rent.
Right. It's like he just appears there. Nobody knows where the fuck he came from. And then, of course, you have Samson and his henchwoman. It's like, oh my God. Like we said earlier, he was playing pretty much a Batman villain, and he plays it pretty much straight to the T.
All those women were stunt women too, so
yeah, they were badasses.
They really probably why there is action is probably because of them.
And also, that was fully a titty.
Yeah,
fully official.
Was a titty.
Official.
It wasn't the best titty, but it was a fully.
It was fully, fully, man. Oh yes, here's the shower scene.
Don't drop the soap.
How do you drop soap on a rug?
The look on Nate's eyes, dude, he's so confused because he knows that's not his bitch.
He knows.
But he's like, but here it is presenting itself to
It's like, this is mine now.
Look at them.
It's mine now.
Calling my name. It's got my name on it.
Damn.
Oh, but it's not mine. But my name's all over it right now.
Jeopardy.
His eyes are just wide open.
Rapey eyes, bro.
Yeah.
That's the rapey eyes.
the rape face.
But the squirrel master steps in, dude, and he's like, I got this. Come on.
Fucking Tommy Chong.
Guys, we've truly reached a new low. Are we really doing rape jokes now? Come on.
I don't know.
So not PC.
Well, that's kind
Ever
of
since that Takashi Miike film.
This movie in itself is not particularly PC in many ways.
Not at all.
I mean, there is a little bit of that homophobic element to it.
Oh, you know what's funny with the homophobic thing? So Jan tells Brian that she's gay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a deleted scene where they walk in and she's making out with Stephen Wright, with the guy on the couch.
What?
She gets up and sits down, and it's when Kenny gets out of jail and he comes in, and they're like, "No, don't worry about Jan, man. She's gay."
What?
That's awesome.
And she had just got done making out with him, so she just told Brian that. It's insinuating that she just told Brian that because she didn't want to blow him off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but
and
no,
Brian's like,
honestly,
that's cool, man. She's gay.
Honestly, I fucking think it works perfectly with her just being a gay chick just a gay chick that lives with him and pays for her way by manning the phones.
Oh, it's like the ending of Freddy Got Fingered, where they just add in that the kid didn't actually die.
Yeah.
Just a simple change like that, and it completely changes the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
It gets a little less bad.
Yeah, seriously. Like I don't think I would have liked it if they would have done that. It would have been a little.
I mean, I was scared when he was swinging around the infant. I was like,
oh my god,
that was freaky.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to our episode on Freddy Got Fingered. It's awesome.
It is.
Yeah, we'll have more thoughts for you guys.
Also, the commentary will be up too, right?
Yeah,
it is up.
Oh, there we go. Then
have that.
Yeah, the commentary is out.
But you got to pay for it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the satire of stoner culture is probably the most memorable part of this movie, especially going down the different type of stoner archetypes that they actually use here. Like for instance, John Stewart as the enhancement smoker. Yeah. Oh my god, that is so perfect. Yeah. It's like, you ever looked at the back of a $20 bill on weed? On weed.
It's so overdone, but
it's perfect. It's so amazing.
Doesn't that describe kind of, I don't know, that's how I've always been. I guess maybe I was always the enhanced guy because
so I feel like this is better. Hey, yo, man, you ever watch Lord of the Rings? On weed. On weed. It's like, you ever watch Naruto? On weed?
Yes. Oh, shit.
You never watched Naruto on weed?
Well, no, because I've watched so much Naruto and I smoke so much weed, so I have to have crossed over.
It has to have happened somewhere along the way.
Forgot at some point.
I mean, Naruto's like my obsession, guys. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, we
touch
understand.
my knob one more goddamn time.
But also, I mean, you have Snoop Dogg as the scavenger smoker.
Snoop. Did you know he was in a video with Psy?
Really?
Yeah, music Gangnam Style.
Mm-hmm.
They did a music video together.
What?
Called The Hangover. It's actually pretty lit.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to see that.
Yeah, Psy's pretty creative.
He's interesting. He's an interesting rapper.
You know, Snoop brought real weed to the set too. That's kind of a notorious thing for him. Anytime he's asked to smoke weed in a movie, he will not smoke fake weed.
He has to smoke actual weed.
Yeah,
it's heresy.
Like, Yeah, I agree. I would do the same thing.
Whatever
I'd be
works
like,
for
no,
you.
I'm not gonna fucking sit here and act stone while smoking. I'm gonna smoke and get high.
I think a lot of people just look at it because they're paying, like they got the union that they have to answer to or whatever. I'm not sure how that works exactly, but I think that's kind of what it is. People just not really wanting to put their career on the line.
I got you.
Like, I got rap, I got fucking clothes, I got a weed farm. Like, if I can't act anymore, fuck them. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like,
yeah. And he's had some pretty good roles.
Yeah.
It's pretty classic roles. He was in Training Day. I remember he was the paraplegic person.
Soul Plane.
Soul Plane. Oh God, Soul Plane. That fucking episode on the Boondocks. That's what that makes me think of immediately.
Was he Starsky and Hutch too? Right?
Oh yeah. He was Huggy Bear.
Oh yeah, Huggy Bear. Sorry.
He's in something new with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's Baby Boy.
It's brand new.
Yeah. There is
he was
a
in Baby Boy.
Hey guys.
Smell your dick.
guys. There's a Baldwin
I
in
was
this
gonna
movie.
say that. Yes.
Baldwin.
I was just about to say it's Stephen Baldwin.
Stephen Baldwin is the MacGyver smoker.
Yes, the MacGyver smoker was so funny.
So who here is the MacGyver smoker?
Oh, totally. Who hasn't been the
Who
MacGyver?
hasn't been? We've all been.
What's your?
Oh yeah, Dakota.
What's
can you whip up like anywhere?
Yeah,
Gravity
seriously.
bong.
Gravity bong?
Anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere.
Any
I've seen him
situation.
do it.
Any situation.
Here's a question for everybody. What's the weirdest thing you've smoked weed out of?
Oh, the worst thing is probably just foil.
Foil.
Oh, of course, foil is just.
Making a pipe of foil.
But what's the weirdest thing you've ever smoked out of?
I guess an apple.
Apple's
Smoked
not
out
that
of a
weird.
Potato.
I don't find smoking out of apple weird. I find that to be rather organic and healthy.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, it just that's
As long as it's a
the weirdest
grainy
thing
and
I
not
have.
a wet apple.
The
You know what I
toilet?
mean?
Yeah.
The toilet? That's a weird one.
You've done a gravity bong out of a
Yes.
toilet? Dude, if your ability to
As long
build a
as
gravity
it's-
bong leads to you doing out of a toilet,
As long as it's the back of the toilet. I mean,
the back tank. Yeah.
you didn't do
It
the
was
upper
easy.
deck. It was out of the.
It was easy. It was just easy, man.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Dakota, what the hell, man?
Dude, you asked. You asked. I answered your fucking
guys,
question.
if you
No,
think-
he did. He answered honestly. Thank you for your honesty. but
I'm about
that's
to ruin
disgusting.
all of this for all of y'all. But if you think about it, our lips have touched where his lips have touched.
which is the toilet. Shit.
Because we all smoked out of the same bong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
It's true.
Cody, you realize that when you do things
Bongzilla.
like drink toilet water, it affects us.
Thanks you.
Now Willie Nelson is in this movie. He is
a very healthy looking.
very healthy looking.
Very.
He still looks great.
I almost didn't
All
recognize
these
him
years.
because I guess I'm not used to him looking
So
that
young.
young.
Yeah, I
You
know,
think
man.
he looks really good?
He still looks good for his age, man.
Really?
Yeah.
He's doing well.
That's funny because he eats a lot of meat, Beau. Like
Oh
bacon.
shit.
He does need to switch to a vegan diet. He'd probably look even better. Honestly,
No, actually,
that's
you know
my
what he
retort
does?
to that.
Here's what he does.
What?
He said he eats bacon and eggs 3 times a day.
What the fuck?
That sounds great.
He's
Love
a creature
bacon.
of habit. He eats bacon and eggs, dude. Like that's
Willie, you can make bacon out of tempeh.
Dude, literally
you can,
bacon
you can
and
make eggs out of tofu, man. It's good. I've had it.
Bacon and
you
eggs
can
is like
smoke fake weed on set too. It's not living life dude, to the fullest. You know what I mean?
No.
Y'all don't understand me. I don't like you anymore.
bacon and eggs is one of those. Like,
Hashtag eternal life fantasy.
What the fuck?
Beau can't have bacon and eggs. That's like one of those meals that you just can't have
Hey,
because there's nothing
hey,
in it that you can eat.
Hashtag vegans die every day.
Vegans die every day. Listen to this motherfucker, ladies
You
and
die
gentlemen.
whenever you become
God
a
damn
vegan.
it.
Yeah.
That's right.
You die a little every day.
Everybody beat up on the vegan. Yeah, great job, guys.
You die twice as fast inside.
Oh, whatever.
Shit.
Enjoy rotting on the inside with all your hormones and your meats and your
Yeah.
cheeses.
Yeah.
I will
You-
not be judged.
You die
Enjoy
coming out
the
of
inner
a-
rot.
You die coming out of a farmer's market,
Oh, whatever.
getting hit by a
Yeah, and Janine
a
Garofalo.
vegan texting
Janine
pictures
Garofalo?
on Instagram of the farmer's market. Putting
This motherfucker's still going on. God damn it.
with all your healthy organs just splattered all over
I'm
the
fucking
sidewalk.
toasted. I'm fucking toasted, y'all. I don't even
too.
think that we're
I got
going
too
to
high
get.
for this.
I don't know. I don't even know if we're going to get to all of this on this itinerary, man.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you have Janine Garofalo as the tortured artist.
Yes,
she was great. You know, I need to seek Buddha. I need to seek Christ. And Chappelle's just like, you need to seek therapy.
Yes.
You need to seek therapy.
Like, who are you worshiping, Buddha or Christ?
Just my advice.
And I love the bit about the after-school smoker and then his father. You know?
Oh yes.
That's why trying to find a way to bond with him.
Yeah, it's like, isn't it ironic? Don't you think? And then, of course, his grandma's across town smoking for glaucoma.
I used to suck dick.
Hey, yeah, we are now seeing the rehab scene, and this has Bob Saget in it.
Yes.
I mean, was this the first time everybody's seen Bob Saget outside of Full House or America's Funniest Home Videos?
Right?
I used to suck dick for weed,
he
man.
did the stand-up.
For coke.
He did stand-up, and his stand-up's pretty vulgar.
His stand-up is extremely vulgar. He does the best version of the Aristocrats joke.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, so this is the first time you've seen him outside of a wholesome role on screen, but as far as his comedy goes, it's what everybody... Like, this is a comedian's movie.
Yeah,
everybody in here is
very much a comedian's movie.
Yeah, he's plucked right off. He's good old boy. You know what I mean? Like
straight up. Yeah, he's
grandfathered into this movie.
He's one of the stalwarts of stand up kind of.
What's kind of funny, and I don't know what Bill Saget was going through at this time. I remember he had like a coke thing going on for a while.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. His role in this.
Yeah, exactly. He's talking about sucking dick for coke.
But
that's what I was saying a minute ago.
But the way that everybody else was cast, the extras and stuff, they were looking for down and out people.
Wow.
Like they were literally looking for the most homeless looking people that they could find.
Jesus Christ, man.
To kind of put Bob Saget into that is pretty funny.
That is crazy.
Man, that first day of sobriety sucked. And I realized something. I was a real irritable guy when I wasn't smoking marijuana. I couldn't stop thinking about getting high. And that's when I decided it was time to get help. Hi, everyone. My name is Thurgood. Hi. I'm here today because I'm addicted to marijuana.
You went here for some marijuana? Marijuana? Man, this is some bullshit!
Marijuana is not a drug. I used to suck dick for coke.
I seen them.
Now that's an addiction, man. You ever suck some dick for marijuana?
Huh?
No, I can't say I have.
I didn't think so.
Boo this man!
That is fucking hilarious.
The guy who's almost got it together, but he's still sucking in dick.
Yeah. Now this movie came out in the late 90s, and we kind of touched on this earlier, but weed culture was very different back then. It was a lot more underground, a little bit. And in many ways, this was the movie that really started to kind of bring it out to the mainstream a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused is good, but that's more of a movie about a particular period of time. Mostly about smoking to me.
Centennial, 70s.
I mean, that's kind of how I view Dazed and Confused.
Well, the Stone Age.
You know what? It's weird is I can contrast this, for instance, with our last 420 episode, Pineapple Express. And Pineapple Express didn't seem nearly as focused on weed. Did you guys feel that?
In many ways, yeah.
Like, there was that intro scene with the weed, and there is the use of Pineapple Express, but the rest of the plot, I don't know, it doesn't seem to rely on it as much, whereas in this movie, it relies around, you know?
Well, James Franco's character, he made it seem like he needed to be functional just smoking it.
Yeah, seriously. He was very much a functional smoker. Yeah, but I mean, how much has weed culture really changed in the 20 years since this came out?
Oh,
I mean, for one,
15 states.
15 states
are legal.
Yeah.
It's almost taboo to make comedy out of weed anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because it's like,
know.
hey, what are you making fun of half the population? Like, are you serious? Like, you can't do that.
Well,
you know?
I mean,
like
a big reason why you had to
you
have...
could pick on a fifth of us.
Yeah, of course.
But you can't pick on half the population. I think that's the difference now. It's just like, no, it's not funny.
The biggest reason, though, is because of how taboo weed was at the time. That's why you kind of had to have these stoner comedies, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's why Half-Baked kind of... It had a particular function, you know. It really introduced people to how stoners act, how they think. I mean, of course, it's very dramatized and stylized, but you know, it kind of captures the camaraderie of a group of stoner friends rather perfectly. To tell the truth, I mean, honestly, like I said, I think that How High does it a little more realistically.
Yeah.
But this right here, as far as an introduction to this type of culture, I think that it's pretty spot on.
Yeah, this definitely, as a 16-year-old with a developing mind, sober mind, I looked at this and thought, like, well, I mean, you know, these aren't bad people.
Yeah.
And they are, you know, comrades. And it looks fun.
Yeah,
it looks like what they're doing feels good.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You know, they're not like bent over in an alley somewhere. You know, they're getting chased because obviously the antics, you know, from the police, and I could see the criminology attached to it.
Yeah, but it's all just for a noble cause. They want to help somebody.
Yeah, it didn't ever feel like you were looking at people who were sick or disturbed or like needed help. Like they were, you know, I mean, they're taking care of themselves and they just love to feel good.
And people who actually sell weed, I mean, they do it for many different reasons, especially back then when it was illegal, mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
you remember the granny?
Oh, yeah.
She says, this is good for my glaucoma and for... What was it?
Arthritis.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's very much true. I mean, it is an anti-inflammatory and everything. I mean, it has those medicinal elements. You know, we got the CBD oils now. That's pretty much legal in all 50 states. So you're starting to see that in in grocery stores and whatnot, and in gas stations.
Yeah.
Gas station.
It's like, that's one of those things I never thought I would see is any type of
the rhino hard-on bills.
Yeah, right next to all of that shit and all those janky ass knives.
Yeah,
yeah. And you know,
brass knuckles. Like what the fuck?
and you know the little crack pipe, but the little meth pipe, but it has a rose in it, so it's like a little vase.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow,
the little box it comes into. That's funny.
God damn it, man. God damn it.
It used to just be Mexican jumping beans. You know what I mean? It used to just be that.
And also, I mean, you're starting to see head shops become more of a thing now. Like in San Antonio, we have both Planet K and we have Supernova.
Which is kind of funny, the bodegas.
Yeah, the bodegas. Those
There's
are
like nothing on the shelves.
Dust.
I know, dust everywhere.
Jesus.
It's like
3 cans of food.
Guys, what does that sound like?
Sounds like our store, dude.
Sounds like our store.
Sounds like what Cash does.
Sounds like our store.
Cash didn't pay anybody to dust shit.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Cash won't sell any weed, though.
Oh, I'm sure when it's legal, he probably will.
No, he won't.
No.
Really? He's against it all. He's against the CBD we have in our store.
Why is he against the CBD?
He's barely allowing like the jewels, and those are just nicotine.
It's like,
he was like upset about it all.
I don't understand.
He's gonna cry about it.
Hey,
it's like,
can we stick to the goddamn movie?
I don't give a damn, man.
Stick to the movie.
I don't give a fuck. I smoke weed for a living. For a living. I smoke the Chiba. Wow. I smoke the Maui Wowie. I smoke the Pineapple Express. I smoke the vape pens. I smoke it all.
I get nervous
for money.
Crowds.
Smoke penis.
What the
smoke penis?
down with homophobia.
No, that reminds me of
homophobia.
Reminds me of Ted 2. Have you seen it where they use like the dick
the penis bong?
Yeah, the penis bong.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so fucking hilarious. The field of marijuana.
If you eat dick, is that vegan?
No, I don't know. I would have to ask either a vegan woman or a vegan gay guy. I would have to either ask a vegan lady or a vegan gay guy. I don't know.
So you're saying
as long as you don't swallow it, right?
Sweet,
I guess so, man. I guess so.
In that same token, does that mean you can just like put a piece of beef jerky in your mouth and like just like suck on it a little and like
that is terrible, man. I don't know where you're getting these thoughts.
Look, I'm just saying if you're not into cock, but you're into
veganism.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
And you wish that you could have a stick of meat in your mouth. You just suck on some jerky, bro. You don't chew it because that's against your religion. And if somebody argues, you'd be like, dude, every time I suck
I don't want any meat in my mouth. What are you talking about?
You're putting all the pieces together. It's making sense.
Oh, piss off, you. Piss off. So, what's everybody's favorite moments of this movie? Like, what are the moments that resonate the most with you guys?
The sleeping guy.
Oh yeah, the guy on the couch.
Guy on the couch.
Guy on the couch has got to be the best character of this movie.
I love just how like quick Thurgood is.
Yeah, I know.
His
He's
quips, dude, and they're all pretty quick, dude. One of the things that always comes up is motherfucker said ice cream.
Oh shit, motherfucker said ice cream.
That'll come up so much, dude. Just
That's
in
hilarious.
everyday conversation.
Man, I love so many of the scenes. I love the heist scene. That's classic, you know, because you know Homeboy is straight up made up like dead presidents.
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious.
I love that he's running across the roof tiles with his chocolates.
And he loses one and he has to put it back on real quick. It's like, dude,
he doesn't break straight. He doesn't get worried or anything.
it's like,
dude.
why the fuck do you wear chocolates that much? Are you that much of a
Falls
stoner?
off the roof.
And he has a fanny pack. I that's something that I've actually noticed. He has a goddamn fanny pack most of the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is that for?
Yeah, I guess my favorite scene would be the high energy action scene.
Yeah.
At the end.
The fight scene? The Batman scene?
Yeah. I don't know why, just the juxtaposition of that with just the silly stoner elements.
Honestly, I don't think there's even a juxtaposition.
Right
I think it fits perfectly.
Yeah, I'll admit that. Yeah.
Just how, I mean, there's a little bit of a campiness to this movie that it kind of it evokes that Adam West feel. I mean, they're kind of Adam Westing in a lot of this.
Yeah, for
really.
sure. I love this, man.
He's wearing his fucking chocolates.
Yeah. Thurgood is wearing his goddamn work uniform.
The whole
It's like,
movie, he never breaks out of that.
No, he wears he breaks out of it.
I don't.
He does.
I think maybe during
when
the
he goes on
date.
a date, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, during
But
the date,
I
he
guarantee
does.
you, if there's anybody that's actually dressed up for Thurgood as Halloween, it's probably been that fucking jumpsuit.
You know what?
Yeah.
You want a trope in this movie I noticed was the colors that each of the characters represent. They all have their own color.
Yeah, they have their own color
Chappelle's
scheme.
is blue. Mexican guy's is red.
Yeah.
Kenny's is yellow.
Hippie.
And Hippie's is orange. Or like not orange. It's like a bunch of weird colors.
It's
Sorry,
tie-dye.
like tie-dye
It's
shit.
just tie.
Yeah.
He's just tie-dye.
Yeah.
Jim Breuer.
Like when he's a kid, he wears like a striped shirt.
Oh, look, that's
When he's a kid.
Dante.
That's
Hey,
Dante.
On the
Who?
right. Is it not?
Dante from what?
From Grandma's Boy?
It might be, dude.
I don't know.
Grandma's boy, dude. Yeah.
Maybe just a little younger. I don't know. I might be wrong on that.
That's a feature stoner movie right there. That's a feature 420.
What I thought was interesting, you were
episode.
talking about the set, and there was a lot of really cool stuff in like just their apartment, but
Yeah.
the like the prison scene
Yeah.
where they come out, that's a water treatment plant in
Really?
Canada. All they did was throw a gate up on it.
That's amazing.
Like a prison gate.
It looks like a prison. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even fucking
I
second
wouldn't have
guess it.
questioned
I
it.
wouldn't have either.
And like the scene where they're stealing all the weed. That's,
Yeah,
that's an
oh,
actual
yeah.
hospital. It's not a sound studio.
That's
so they
awesome.
could have that aluminum room.
Right. What's
You
on
know?
the shelves?
It's all prop weed.
Yeah,
prop
right.
You know,
Yeah.
they had a prop department who they had multiple samples, and they finally just
Yeah.
got to pick the ones that looked real. And they said Tamra was saying that she still has a brick of weed at her house.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
her mom has a brick of weed too. She gave her mom a brick, and her mom's always worried that somebody's gonna see it and come back and rob her.
That's
and
hilarious.
because
Oh,
of the brick
shit.
of weed, because that's how realistic it looks.
Holy shit, dude.
I can't believe a hospital would sanction that, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's so weird.
You pay them enough, they'll
Yeah,
let
there's
you
always like a
film it.
wing under construction. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
the one.
you're
right. It's always an area.
And usually it's only going to be like a
It's a
day. Or,
soundstage. It's not under construction.
Exactly.
you have to figure that they only maybe did a day or two of actual shooting there.
It's
What
under
about these-
construction / ER. It's being filmed
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that's, I guess,
Yeah.
big pharma.
Okay, who hasn't given their favorite moments?
Me.
Robert, what's your favorite moment in this?
It was right when Thurgood gets the weed from the scientist, right?
That is actually a really funny scene.
And then
It's
he takes
really
it
great.
home. He takes it home and he smokes it with everybody.
And then they start floating and they fly
Yeah.
and they see Kenny in the jail.
That's his most memorable moment, I guess.
That comes to mind too. I guess that'd be
Yeah.
like number 2 for me, you know, because it's just the depiction of being high.
Honestly, I think that really my all-time favorite moment from this movie is actually the beginning with the kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that is so classic. I mean,
Yeah.
just the feeling of being high for the first time.
Eating
it's
all
like,
that government food inside that
fuck,
Easy
man.
Mart or whatever
Yeah,
it
eating
was.
the Yabba Zabba.
I like
That-
when.
because of that movie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Because of that scene with the kids, they almost didn't put the movie out. They almost like canned the whole thing.
That's really?
Because and then they had to pitch it. So they put it in front of a test audience, like 400 people, and as soon as it ended, the audience was like going wild.
They
and the
loved it.
executives were like, okay, fine, you can
Fuck yeah,
do
awesome.
it. But because of that scene, so
What?
But
yeah,
it's epic.
if you think about it, how did they get away with that?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't usually have depictions of children doing
kids doing
doing
smoking
stuff
and
like that.
drinking.
Yeah. I don't know. You haven't seen the movie Fresh.
Or Kids.
Or Kids. Oh, I have both those movies.
Ugh.
Oh, I
Kids,
need
you
to
see that once, you're good.
I've seen Kids at least 2 or 3 times.
Oh man,
I've seen Gummo at least 4.
Gummo is so weird.
Gummo is amazing.
Why do you put yourself through that,
dude? I have
It's like my dad. Oh, Schindler's List is a great movie.
Dude,
Like,
I
why?
have dude, I
Watch
have
it one time.
I have
It's-
fucking Salo and the 120 Days of Sodom. I've seen that movie 4 fucking times.
You're a depressing person.
I'm not depressing. I just have inquiring cinematic tastes.
Yeah.
That's one word for it.
But
Yeah.
that said, no, I still haven't seen a Serbian film. So
If it's a sleep aid, I get it.
oh, it's not a sleep aid.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, see, I'm scared of watching like Cannibal Holocaust.
The worst part of that is probably the animal deaths, honestly. But the rest of it,
because you're a vegan, you would say that exactly.
Even beforehand, that's probably the worst part of it. Honestly,
I mean, I agree too. I'm pretty empathetic. But anyway, what do we got? Where are we at on this movie?
Where are we at on this movie? Well, I mean,
That's good.
Yo, who's on munchies tonight, yo?
Not me.
I guess that'd be me. What do you guys want?
Get some sour cream and onion chips with some dip, man. Some beef jerky, some peanut butter. Get some Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars, a whole lot of hot. Make sure chocolate. Gotta have chocolate, man. Some popcorn, red popcorn, graham crackers. Graham crackers is the marshmallows, the little marshmallows, and little chocolate bars. And we'll make some s'mores, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo. Also, celery, grape jelly, Captain Crunch with the little crunch berries. Pizzas. We need 2 big pizzas, man. Everything on them with water, whole lot of water, and Funyuns.
That's it? Yeah. Anyone want anything else?
Oh yeah, give me a box of condoms and what's that stuff? I used to eat it all the time back in the day. Pussy. That's right.
how does How High stand up in comparison to this movie? Because I kind of feel like those are pretty much companion movies, Half Baked and How
Agreed.
High. I mean, even on this goddamn DVD set that I have,
it's all together.
It's all together. It's on one disc, How High and Half Baked.
You see one, you have to see the other.
It's a double feature.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can definitely vouch for as far as forming a bond, forging a bond over weed.
Yeah.
These kids kind of like, they came together. They were already buddies, but then the weed, like,
Yeah.
fucking bros
Right.
for life.
Exactly.
Whereas in How High, you have these 2 stoners. They have
got weed, got papers,
got weed, got blunt, and they meet, and that's that.
That's so realistic. Like that happens in real life.
That's what I'm saying. That in its way is
That's what I've been saying. Yeah, it's a far more realistic depiction of it.
And in this movie, Snoop Dogg coming over, completely realistic depiction.
That guy, yeah,
the scavenger, the guy,
Oh, there are definitely
never
scavengers.
brings it. Always needs it.
Hey. Watch what you say, man. I smoked plenty.
Hey, you were calling us names, so we were on turn.
I have smoked plenty of my weed with y'all motherfuckers. Seriously. Plenty of my weed.
Yo.
Oh, yeah. Chazz is looking at me like, this motherfucker.
Hey, I don't want to be banished by the god of the studio.
The god of the studio? I'm the god of the studio? I'm the head of Section 9, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm motherfucking Aramaki.
Oh, omnipotent.
Fuck yeah. Well, all right. Final thoughts. Robert, go.
Oh, great movie. This was one of the movies I would watch in high school.
Fuck yeah.
Like with Dazed and Confused mostly, and Fast Times at Ridgemont High, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah. Those are classic movies.
stuff I would watch back
Fuck
to
yeah.
back, and they're all great to watch together.
Oh, hell yeah. Ash, final thoughts.
I'm still getting introduced to this world of stoner comedy, I guess. But this instantly feels like a classic to me.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like you just get those vibes. And Dave Chappelle, he's hilarious.
He's a fucking legend, man.
Yeah.
He's already a legend. All right, Dakota, final thoughts. Go.
Well, Dave Chappelle honestly plays an amazing character. That's what I was going to get at. I love his character. I saw his stand-up comedy on Netflix. He had his little show, and that was funny. That was the first time I'd ever seen him.
Yeah.
And then I saw a few more movies, and then I watched this.
Have you seen Chappelle's show?
I have seen like clips of Chappelle's show.
You need to see more.
I need to actually.
You need to see more of it.
Watch the series. There's 2 full seasons, dude.
That's not that bad.
It's golden.
That sounds good.
Golden. So say my name.
Yeah, Chazz. Final thoughts. Go.
All right. Hi. So I recommend this movie to children of all ages.
Definitely.
And the reason I say that is because it does depict so many realistic tropes.
Yeah.
And there's so many movies that stigmatize weed, So
yeah, this one celebrates it.
Yeah, this one it really kind of shows you the dark side and the light side. It's got that wholesome feel. You've got you've got good people and you've got bad people. Doesn't it like I don't know. It's got a little bit of everything in it, and I highly recommend it.
Well, when you said all ages, it's like
little kids.
Yeah. Well, no, like any age that you watch this, you get a different feel. of what this
hell,
movie's
I mean,
about.
the worst thing on this movie, which we are seeing right now on the screen, is the titty scene.
Right.
That's the worst part of it.
Titty.
Come on, every baby's seen titties.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, that's absolutely the worst that you get as far as that, and maybe some of the sexual references. But even that's kind of PG.
Yeah,
right.
I think I'll show my daughter to this at a young age.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm not gonna keep her away from stoner culture.
I'm not saying that it's one of those movies that you have to show them, but if you catch them watching it, you don't have to turn it off.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like
seriously.
if they come across it and you see them watching it, like sit down and watch it with them. It's a blast,
It is, but believe me, there's far worse that you could find your children watching.
Yeah, and
far worse.
And like you said, it celebrates something that is not. Here we are 20 years later.
Yeah, and
we've learned you can't demonize it. There's no reason to.
No longer.
And these guys were pushing boundaries.
Yeah. This was a groundbreaking movie in that.
In my opinion, picking up where Cheech and Chong left off, maybe 20 years before this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And my final thoughts is like, man, this is a movie that, much like How High, has been with me ever since I started smoking weed. It's just been kind of in the background. It's always been there. I've watched it over and over and over again. It never gets old. Mm-hmm. It's always entertaining. And it is perfectly conducive to watching while getting high or getting stoned.
Mm-hmm. Just don't get too high like I am right now.
Oh, man. I think we're all just a little too toasty right here. That's why this episode's going a little longer than normal.
Can I say one thing, though?
Yeah.
I think final
we're
thought.
done. Close
on
it.
Top of my final thought.
Close it.
You're out.
No. Out.
Nah.
What is the line from Spider-Man? Out, am I? To Willem Dafoe's voice. So the colors in this movie. I know we touched upon that earlier, but I just really want this movie's really colorful. All the characters are very colorful.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was interesting from a cinematographic standpoint.
Right. Well, it's like I mentioned earlier. There's the scene where the kids in the beginning, they were all wearing a different color shirt.
Yeah.
That's the same color shirts they wear when they're older, which gives you the feel that, each character has his color.
And it's all to establish.
Exactly. That's
and
what
it all
that's for.
establishes the characters perfectly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Our next episode is going to be... Roll things. Oh, yeah, we're going to roll things up and smoke this bitch. Next episode is going to be House of the Dead. Oh, God.
Actually,
roped into that one.
Oh,
we've got one more before that.
Coming back again. Nice.
I'll be back.
One more before then.
Yeah, we've got the At the Theater episode.
Oh, that's right.
Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. Yeah, that's right. Avengers Endgame is coming out. We're going to check it out. We'll write out the embargo on reviews, and we're going to give our review on it.
Oh, yeah, 1 week away.
Yeah. 1 week away. I have
about all the tickets.
I have a fucking
nice.
You went
nice.
And bought them,
nice. I have a fucking lot to catch up on there.
He's
we're gonna be there Thursday
you were
night.
there, bro.
He's on it.
You were there when I bought your ticket.
Sponsor
I wouldn't buy you a ticket without your consent.
You were there. I were there at
Although,
the same time.
we do have an extra ticket still. I need to find somebody. I got one just in case my fiance wanted to come, but she doesn't. So
I'd be way late to that party.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I seriously haven't seen the Avengers movies. I didn't want to say that out loud.
Oh, you're missing out.
I haven't.
But no,
I
haven't
haven't, but I'm still going to just jump into it. I don't care.
To, but I just haven't got there yet. I'm nothing against it. I just haven't got there.
They're legitimately good movies. I mean, a lot of people might think, oh, it's hype, but Marvel Studios, especially with not all of them, not all perfect, but especially with like the Avengers. You know?
No, I hear they're really good movies. Quality. I just,
But yeah, that's
occupied.
going to be our next at the theater episode. And also, we're going to do House of the Dead. That's going to be our next bad movie review. I believe.
It's a bad movie.
It is a bad movie, and I believe that the guys from the Country Club is going to be with us on that one.
It's a good game, and I like that the dialogue is like the game, but but Jesus Christ, I couldn't stomach it.
Oh man,
it's horrible.
And yeah, we're pretty much going to have a little spate of horror movies set up. I mean, we're going to have pretty much a 3 or 4 episode block of horror analysis. So look for that, ladies and gentlemen. Chazz, want to plug your show?
Yeah. So in the past, like the past few seasons, I've been doing music. I've been chasing guests and chasing people I don't know really. And so this new season, I'm dedicating this entire season to people in my life that I need to reconnect with, who have kind of been on the back burner these past couple years, and I'm treating it the same way. I'm kind of recording our conversations, sort of getting caught up. So the way I've sort of planned it out is to spend the next 15 episodes or so just kind of traveling around the area, getting reconnected, and then jump back into some really cool artists that I've also been able to connect with through the Utopia Fest team, and I've made a really good network. I've met a really good network of people through them, so I'm really excited to go explore that. But for right now, I'm dedicating my time to the people that I've kind of been.
That's really cool, man.
Still tons of music though in the podcast.
Oh yeah, of course you got to have the music, man.
Yeah, just not interviewing the bands involved.
Well, right on, man. And you can find find your show on
Trial by Air Variety Show.
Trial by Air Variety Show. You can find them on iTunes and pretty much wherever else you get your podcast.
Not Spotify, because up until now it hasn't been my original content. I've been playing other people's music and whatnot. So
right on.
So Spotify won't allow it, but iHeartRadio does for some reason.
That's weird.
You're on iTunes, but not Spotify.
Yeah,
that's weird. I thought iTunes was stricter. I had to wait a few days. Spotify approved me within the next day.
Well, it'll show up on Spotify, but they won't play the podcast through their app.
Oh, and I'm talking about Collateral Gaming, of course, which we got to do our obligatory plug here. We're actually about to record our 420 special, which is on Zelda CDI, specifically Link to Faces of Evil and Zelda the Wand of Gamelon. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Barbie met Zelda. Oh my god! If the Barbie cartoon met
Zelda. That's what it's like, and it's a game you have to get high to even tolerate.
No shit, man.
It's not a game where it's going to be basically our first legitimate bad game review. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be available on 420.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get this episode available on 420 as well. It's going to be a lot of work, but fuck it.
Hey, also I forgot to plug that. I am going to put out an episode on 420.
Oh, nice.
The history of my 420.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, like straight up from the time I started smoking until now. I'm going to give you guys a brief rundown of my fucking shenanigans.
That's awesome, dude.
There's some prison time in there, so it's going to be a good episode.
all right. But yeah, check out Collateral Cinema on Podcoin, where you can listen to podcasts and earn money or Podcoins towards donating to charity or towards getting exclusive gift cards from like Amazon and Starbucks and whatnot. Check us out on that. We're also on iTunes. We're on Chill Lover Radio. We always gotta fucking plug them. That's the fam. That's the fam right there. And we're pretty much wherever else you get your podcasts.
Cool. And you own my podcast now too. Sign the rights over soon.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all yours, buddy.
All right. I'll take it.
Okay. All right. Beau Maddox, everybody, the host of the Trial by Air Variety Show.
I guess so. We're going to have to talk about music or something. God damn it.
All right. Signing out.
Signing out. All right. I'm Beau Maddox.
I'm Robert Ortegon.
I'm Chancellor Ashley.
I'm Dakota Chancellor.
I'm Beau, Robert, Ash, Dakota, Chazz Raab.
And Collateral Cinema is out. Happy 420, everybody. Get extra fucking high for us.
Hey, when our 5 powers unite, we become Captain Planet.
Oh, yeah. See y'all later, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Just one kiss from her sweet lips and I become a visionary. Mary never the same. Mary don't change. Mary make a man walk a mile in the rain. Mary never temporary. She my sanctuary. When the love come down, I'm the beneficiary. Some say if it's this good, then it must be wrong. But Mary make me feel so good, cause Mary lasts so long. Mary, not no secondary. Sweeter than a cherry, blackberry or a strawberry. Without my girl, Mary, life ain't complete. Cause Mary don't lie, Mary don't steal, and Mary don't cheat. Let me break it down for all of y'all, simple and plain. I got love for a girl named Mary Jane. What y'all know about Mary Jane? How y'all feel about Mary Jane? Y'all don't know about Mary Jane, cause she's my main thing. What y'all know about Mary Jane? How y'all feel about Mary Jane? Y'all don't know about Mary Jane. She make my heart sing. I'm in love with Mary Jane. I'm not the only one. Mary likes to play around. I let her have her fun. She's not the kind of girl that you can just tie down. Mary likes to spread her love and turn my head around. I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main thing. She make me feel alright. She make my heart sing. And when I'm feeling low, it comes as no surprise. Turns me on with her love, takes me to paradise. If you love me, Mary Jane. What y'all know about Mary Jane? How y'all feel about Mary Jane? Cause she's my main thing. What y'all know about Mary Jane? How y'all feel about Mary Jane? Y'all don't know about Mary Jane. She make my heart sing.
Collateral Cinema is an L Company production. All music and movie clips are owned by the respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.